My summers are saturated with museums. I am forced to lounge in Monet's suns. I can only braid O'Keeffe's blossoms into my hair. I am put to sleep by Beethoven's symphonies. My heart is tied up in Holocaust victim shoelaces, and the inside of my skull is wallpapered thick with Civil War battle plans. My shoes have seen more museum floors than the summer-soaked earth I long to lie on. I long to stick turkey feathers behind my ears and kayak the Swananoa, but instead I learn about the first Thanksgiving and file through pictures of Native American canoes, because a vacation in my family is an equation of how much time we have divided into the total number of museums in a given area, and no matter how hard I tried to slip sunshine and beach time into that equation, my father never fails to weld his hand to mine and drag me into an exhibit like an ignorance-loving prisoner to a holding cell brimming with papier-mâché planets and pictures of the USS Maine. My ignorant bliss is endangered. A dinosaur, which ironically is the only exhibit that actually interests me. The only thing shorter than summer break itself is my attention span. But one summer, outside the Smithsonian Museum, I finally saw something that caught my unworthy eye. A man on the sidewalk who seemed to have emerged from Riz's slum photography or clawed his way out the dirt like Darwin's insectivorous plants. His eyes swelled with more sadness than any 19th century portrait could portray, and the paint strokes of dirty sweat on his face were more realistic relics than the holy water in St. Peter's Cathedral. He is one of 49 million Americans who never know when their last supper will be, and who have had their marble flesh chiseled and carved away by hunger, who linger like statues on the sidewalk. But this man was no David. The corners of his cardboard sign seemed sharper than any looks he could ever receive, and the sharpied words, "Please help," were thicker and darker than any fate a man should have to endure. His ink and cardboard masterpiece will never be hung up next to the Mona Lisa, but will instead serve as a tombstone on his unvisited grave. Its grave, his situation. I'd love to plug him into my family equation, because I've never had to deal with the hunger or filth or sadness like that of this martyr of the sidewalk. I walk out of the dinosaur exhibit to the street, transitioning from extinct, dead things to someone in the process of becoming just that. But people make exhibits about dinosaurs, not homeless men begging for money. He was just trying to squeeze $1 out of a dime when he didn't even have a cent, and I had the nerve to not appreciate the vacation I was on. I was as reluctant to learn as he was reluctant to live. It's not your life if you have to ask others for it, but mine was given to me on a silver platter, polished enough for me to see my own reflection. But for the first time, I didn't just see myself. I saw the privileges I was so blessed to have, and that so many others have to live without. That man's summers are saturated with sitting outside museums. He withers under Monet's suns. He waters O'Keeffe's blossoms with his tears and dreams of Beethoven's symphonies. I only wish I could replace his Sharpie with a paintbrush, because that's an exhibit I would go to.